And then now you see the Washington Post and others reporting that it's great to have implantable chips. So, this is a massive concerted effort to condition you. And then we got Army reports saying they were using the media to condition you to prepare the public for implantation of chips to control you. That's a public Army report, Army War College, declassified in January 7th, 2000 by the Federation of American Scientists. This is not Alex Jones saying this. This is really what they plan to do. And now you hear England announcing 2 weeks ago, BBC reporting, saying it's wonderful that they want to make all prisoners take implantable chips and then all parolees, you see. England's always on the cutting edge of everything tyrannical. So we're here. It's happening. And all of this integrates in to the basic fact that the U.S., the British, and other Western governments from the 40s through to today release lethal chemical and biologicals on a routine basis in small towns and big cities, killing groups of Americans and others, and then having military doctors in place at local hospitals under grants to quietly cover up the deaths and then to file reports, which are then later even declassified. They murdered us at will. They murder us continually. They write books calling the military and police dumb animals that follow our orders. They're laughing at you, police and military. They nerve gas military. They test biologicals on police. We believe they did that 8 years ago at the DPS headquarters. A bunch of people got sick there. We know they were running a test at the time. Do you like being sprayed by your masters? We know they're doing this. Just like yesterday, I played a clip, mainstream news about it. This is happening. They are poisoning the food. They are poisoning the water. You are under eugenics attack. The question is, will you stop denying it and at least look at the claims I just made? If there's a 1% chance what I just said is true, you better look into it now. Well, it's 100%. It's absolutely documented. And you take my challenge, police officers listening right now, you go look into it and you find out if they're doing this. And then you ask yourselves, why are they doing it? It is to create cadres of hundreds of thousands of internal enforcers who, if they'll even spray their own police, and if they'll even spray their own military, then they will certainly do it to the population. This is a test to create cold-blooded automatons. Here's an example. It's in mainstream news yesterday. They have the citizen, quote, auxiliary police who are unarmed all over England, and they have been ordered to frisk everybody, search everybody, randomly line people up and question them to get them into files, into databases. And they've been ordered not to help grounding people. So when they see kids drowning in the river, in the Thames, they don't help them. And they stand by and watch a small child right there on the edge of the water drowned, saying, we have orders not to help. See, it's total automaton. They're not even evil. It's all robotic training. Everything is robotic training, just like it's robotic training for a helicopter pilot to fly over U.S. troops in a field. He doesn't ask what's in the tank. He robotically follows orders. He sprays it. The men collapse and die, and then other military comes and picks up the dead bodies, and then they're told, this is classified, you don't talk about this. And then they bring the men in a month later, they brief them, what's your feelings on this? What do you think about it? Those that say, well, looks like a test we need to do. I know they died, but, this is just, we've got to do this, know what the enemy's going to do. They say, that's it, you're going straight up to command level, you're going to be running entire ops. Boom, houses in Maui, millions of dollars, next you're dealing narcotics, next you're running hit squads, next you're put into the black op government. Because you would openly take part in murdering your own people, your own police officers, your own military people. You go right to the top. You understand how this works? And so there's a cadre now of at least 200,000+ military, police, government, company executives, all in this criminal network. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know the hardcore will, the dark power, the dark will to take a 2-year-old child, a healthy, happy baby, and put them in a radiation chamber in New Mexico or Arizona or Texas or New York and to flip the switch and hit them with so much radiation they die an hour later. I mean, to take a little baby, a little toddler, and to murder them. Your government did that more than 4,000 times in Endgame. We have the Atomic Energy Agency's own admissions, a link to their page where they disclose it all. Murdering children. And again, it's like you train a dog. They first said we're going to radiate a terminally ill, retarded child. And, well, it's sad, but we got to test what radiation does. Then it's, well, this child is a little brain damaged. All right. Then, all right, now we're going to kill 4,000 healthy children. Get ready. We've got to test what happens with healthy ones. These children were taken from their parents. Their parents are, white trash, single parent. See, that's the eugenics idea. Just like they had the head of the Psychiatry Association in Texas last year, it's in Endgame, before the state legislature, and Representative Susanna Hupp says, well, why are 67% of the children on psychotropic drugs? And he said, well, they have a bad gene pool. They have bad genes. We have to do that. Of course, that's all quackery, but even if you believe it's bad genes, they don't test, they don't look, they don't just, well, the bad genes is evident by the fact that we CPS their children. And so we give them drugs that then result in all sorts of mental problems and health problems. And the average child, of course, that they have on those drugs is on 7. I mean, I've seen it in mainstream news reports where they put a kid's healthy and happy, gets CPS'd or gets in trouble or goes and has a BB gun fight with a neighbor kid and the police arrest him, something most of us did. And then 4 years later, they're in a coffin because they put them on 14 drugs. And then they were having seizures on 7, so they put them on 7 more, and then they just die. And they're dying all around you. They're dying. And they take children, and they test pesticides on them until they die. And they even put it in the mainstream papers and report, well, should they have taken 8-year-old Gregory from his mother, healthy black boy, and fed him pesticide until he died? The first few days at the facility, Gregory was walking around and happy and doing well. But as they tested the pesticide on him at the private facility, he was then in the bed, and poor Gregory tried to escape, so they strapped him down. And then, after a month of having it administered, young Gregory died. Is that good? Kind of like, we play the Australian piece about the U.S. government asked the Australians to nerve gas with lethal nerve gas 200 of their troops. Is that good? We played that news. Is that a good thing? See, would they just nerve gas troops and want to kill them? I mean, is that okay? I mean, is that illegal? I'm going to tell you again, military and police, your masters, those that make you think you have authority and you're the good guys and you're doing it all for a good reason and you're going to take blood from us at checkpoints, you're being trained to perform medical procedures. You'll see in the next year or two now after this federal grant announced, well, since you've already been doing that, now you're going to do forced inoculations. Our officers have already taken blood. You see, it's a path to hell. It's increments. And now toddlers who dislike spicy food are racist. It is a government group, watchdog group, funded at about $24 million or 12 million pounds a year. And they are telling all the government toddler preschools and private ones under law that if a child doesn't like food, they are to be put in a racist database and to be turned over to police. Because not liking a spicy food, what child does? I mean, let me give you a newsflash. Children don't like spicy food in Thailand. They don't feed them that till they're about 3. But, I mean, you're saying that sounds crazy. It's meant to be crazy. Behavioral psychologists came up with this, to where it's all so nuts what the government's doing. You just kind of have your mouth hanging open. 2-year-olds are being put in criminal databases. If their parents have a criminal record, they're saying it's their genetics. I mean, this is a reign of terror that is upon us. We'll cover this when we get back, then get into the Jesse Ventura news. I talked to him this morning, and a lot more. Tons of key info. Very important. Stay with us. PrisonPlanet.com is the website.
Gold. It's like nothing else on earth. From the Roman